Shout out X-Brain, shout out Market Squawk, shout out at Noble Arts, the Excel on the 13th of August, an amateur and white collar 2-day event. Shout out. And of course, patreon.com, fighting words, love the boys, support the boys for as little as £2 a month. £2 a month. Sometimes you get content for that. Just saying. Whatever. It's more, it's more of a respect thing.
Yeah.
You know that I am GAY for Boots Ennis, and I have been for a long time. Like, I love that dude. Everything about that man's style, everything about the way he fights, I love that dude. That dude has been, in my opinion, the heir apparent to the welterweight division, and he's big as well, 154. Yeah. He is spectacular. He is, in my opinion, the chosen one. I have seen that guy box. I've seen that guy fight. I've seen that guy bang. He's got a 90% KO ratio. He's 31-0. He is spiteful. What he did to Chris Van Eerden was naughty. I know Conor Ben slept him too. Whatever. I'm going to say this right now. Conor and Jaron, and I've said this before, that is a fantastic fight for as long as it lasts.
That's a great fight. For
as long as it lasts. Yeah. And I believe that Jaron will have too much for Conor, and I think that Jaron's a lot bigger than Conor too. But whilst it lasts, whilst it goes on, that is an absolute, utter firefight. Jaron, he has otherworldly distance. He has otherworldly timing. He has power, considerable power with each hand. The KO that he got this weekend, the thuds at the point of stoppage were horrific.
Oh, it was that clip that looked like it was put in slow motion, but was normal speed. Oh, like it was.
There you go. This is it, right? He is like the quintessential Philly bad man. Like I think he's the youngest brother of 4 or 5, and all of them are fighters, and the dad's an animal. He is truly and utterly the next face of boxing, right?
100%.
I want nothing more than, for now, because he's got Showtime behind him, and I think he's on PBC, who knows, right? He's definitely he's got Al Heyman written all over him, isn't he? Right? When we get Crawford and Spence, when we finally get that dealt with, let's hope it's Crawford that wins, because I think it is, because you know for a fact that Spence goes immediately up to 154.
Yeah.
And then the belts open up like Dragon Balls, right? And they go all over again, and it becomes an absolute mishmash. And then what we have to do is wait 2 to 4 years while Jaron probably has to clean up the division as he outgrows 147. So for me, it would be nothing better than to see Boots versus Crawford. And then it would be one of those ones where it would be like a fist biter where you just don't know, because you're going to find out just how good Boots is, because we know how good Crawford is. And Crawford is probably, for me, he's pound for pound.
And if he knocks off Spence,
I think he does. I think he does.
Like,
I think he beats Spence. I just think there's so much more to Crawford that will only ever happen when it gets pulled out of him. Every time we've seen him have to even nearly dig into the well, he does, and it happens so quickly and so shockingly that nothing else matters after that. Goes back to in the Sean Porter fight. Goes back, sits down. They tell him you're losing this, and he's like, "On what?" And he goes out and bangs him out. Right? No more mucking about. This is it now. Jaron's got that same energy. Boots has got that same vibe about him, and he also seems to be. There's just something about a fighter that is he is spectacular in violence.
Yeah,
he's not there to. He's looking good because that's what he wants to do. He's there to F you up, and he's there to F you up in complicit fashion. You know what? He is young. Terence and Spence are getting there now. Like Terence is 35, right? Let's be honest.
And also, Spence versus Crawford. That's that's wish list for any boxing fan. Like if you said top 3 fights, that was one for a lot of people. So once that's happened, is there much more Crawford would want to do?
Let's look right. So look, Virgil Ortiz. There is no way that dude should ever try and make 147 again, because he just can't.
Was it Ortiz at the weekend? That
Yeah. But the guy that he was supposed to fight, Stasionis. Why not make Boots and Stasionis? Like, he needs a fight, right? That's a well-ranked fight.
I mean, yeah, looking at BoxRec at the moment, you got Ennis at 3 and Ortiz at 2. But
There you
obviously,
go.
if Ortiz has got health issues now, like
Ortiz, there's no way he can't make one. It's the third time that he's been hospitalized trying to make weight.
Yeah.
He gets rhabdomyalgia, dude. That's where your muscles melt down and start to get consumed, and it's a real problem. You start wee-weeing black and brown. It's not great. Not great at all.
Not great at all.
I think that Jaron will do absolutely spectacular stuff as we continue. It's just that I'm a little bit concerned that he may be another. Kell Brook had this phase where he couldn't get a championship fight for love nor money until finally he got a mandatory slot for the IBF and then went over to the States and just about eked out a decision. I'm concerned that might happen to Jaron, where he may be a product of he's too good for his own good and they just wait him out. But then let's see.
I mean, Crawford took the Spence fight. You know, if that happens, maybe
Spence
took
the Crawford fight. They took it for each other.
He's got the right.
Crawford's not scared of anyone, dude.
Yeah, he's got the right to maybe take like an easy mandatory or whatever afterwards. But if he does want to stick around, that's the fight he wants, to make. Like, even if Boots has to knock off the loser of that fight, while they go off the winner goes off as a mandatory.
So if we get undisputed, right, there will be a calling for the boxing fraternity that Boots probably should get the next shot, and BoxRec has him at number 3. We all have him as number 3, right?
Yeah.
You have 1A, 1B, which is Spence and Crawford. Number 3 on that list is Boots, and number 3 is only because of number 1 and number 2 / 1A, 1B, whatever. If anyone has not seen him fight, hilarious. You should. Patreon.com/fighting words. Boots is the future.